Hey guys, so I'm just getting this set up so I can see everything all at once, and I will try to put this down here. Lots of different windows so I can get this done. On my laptop, the little ones are asleep, so that I really want to see the chat here. Let's see, chat. All right. So if you guys are joining me, you should be able to see the chat there. I do have this awesome quote up: helping one person might not change the whole world, but it could change the world for one person. I put that up because I love helping you guys change your own lives, but more importantly, I did set up this GoFundMe page for the victims of the West Island for the flood, because we are having crazy flooding up here. The St. Lawrence River is due to rise another 18 inches in the next 24 to 48 hours. And you can see, I did post some pictures earlier and a video. I guess we go right here. And you can see it's crazy. Like, there's this dike right here. Look at this road completely flooded. And there's so many people that are being affected by this. I unfortunately do not have the extra time to go out and do sandbagging and to volunteer my time. So I really wanted to help people and raise some money for these victims. You know, like, they're losing everything and their life is flipped upside down. So if you guys can give $1, $2, $5, whatever you can give, it can change somebody's life. So trying to raise 100,000, which I think we could do pretty well, and pretty sad that nobody else has contributed. But anyways, gonna do what I can to try to help others, and that's it. All right, so starting out on the watch list for the first one, I have Viot, V-I-O-T, and we'll put 1430 as the support there, the red line, 1484 for resistance. Then we will go ahead and look at Toka. All right, so Toka was up big on Friday, had a big green day, ended up high on the day. So I would put the resistance up here to break out above, looking for breakout above 1052. And then for support on right here, 1009. Actually, I'll pull it back down here, right at $10. Put it right at 10. Okay, so $10 for our support and 1052 for resistance. When we pull back on the year, you can see this. These are old numbers here. Let's remove those lines. So you can see it had a big upward surge, could potentially break above this 200-day moving average of 1060. And then I would say potential tests after that, we're looking at the $11 mark, and then above 11, I would say looking right here around 1140. On Viot, let's see. You know, this one has been in upward motion. It hit a new high, pulled back to the averages, and now it looks like it's breaking out. So breaking above 1484, look for the $15 level, then above 1525, and then potentially up to test that high of 1584 if Viot is able to go ahead and break above there. Next on the potential long list is Toka. Totally misspelled that. So we have Toka right here, and same scenario. This, oh, I just did Toka. Excuse me, I did Toka instead of tree. So let's go. It's been a long day, guys, long day. And so we will go to Lending Tree, the second on the list. So Lending Tree, we'll pull it back to the 15-day moving, 15 minutes. All right, for support, I would put it right down here. The low of these candles, 384, because it looks like it held that support end of day in the last hour. And then I would look for resistance to be broken right up here, 397.63, for it to be broken to the upside for that potential 400 test. So it had doji right there, earnings coming out, so could go either way, right? So keep this one on watch, but look for those levels to be broken. And we'll change that over here. So 384 for support and 397.63 for resistance. Next on the potential long list is Suede. So we have this, you can see on the daily chart, this same thing, hit a new high, came back, found support, and now is running up. And it looks like it could potentially break out. It does have some volume behind it. right here, especially on the 25th when it broke out from this level. It went from 35 on up to 41. So looking for that, you see that high right there. So that's pretty much the high right over here. So we'll go ahead and put 42.37, even potentially 42.50. And for support, right here, 40.63. So 40.63 and 42.37. All right. So when we pull that back on the yearly chart, it did have that IPO recently back here, March 7th. So looking for it to break this high, 42.98, for potential upward move. And we shall see. If this was a cup and handle, if we had a cup move here and then the handle, we could see potentially up to 50 if it does break above that former high of 43.39. Then we have Amazon. Amazon had earnings on Friday, actually Thursday after the bell. And on Friday, this was on my watch list, my daily watch list, which I do put out, so it was one to watch. If it did break above that green line of 1943.80, so sure enough it did. And I would move it up here to the high, I would say 1951.36, and looking for support to be held. I'll put the prior resistance back here, so 1939.77. Let's see. 1939. Oops. Let's see. Just want to see if anybody was messed up. Hey, Bat Scientist. Okay, cool. That's where the chat is. I want to be able to see it. Right, so 1951.36 for resistance. All right, so there we have that. And we do have the prior highs back here. So if it breaks this area of 1958, looks like it could go up potentially 1975. It does like to go on the 1250 levels. So 1950, 1962.50, 1975, 1987.50, and then up to 2000. So keep that one on watch for sure. Then we have Facebook. Facebook did a bit of a face plant after earnings. So this one is on watch, and it had a nice massive gap up. However, they did have the news of the potential what's the word, not fees, but fines that they are due to be paid. So let's put the levels right here. So it looks like potential long above 192.50. 192.50 for resistance. This is why I don't do this usually at 9 o'clock at night, and I usually do it during the day. Because at 9 o'clock at night with two little ones, my brain is fried on a Sunday after playing with them all weekend, because they are so exhausting, and they're a lot of fun, but also a lot of exhausting, energy draining. So 189.95 for support. You can see we did have the gap up here when it had earnings, so it does have the potential to gap fill down to 185 area. Really, the prior close was 182.52, so potential $9 is a big move down. Excuse me, I don't think it's necessarily going to move all the way down. I would say more likely down to the 185 area. So potentially, $6 to the potential downside from where it is right now. Also, Intel as well had earnings, and they had a red day on Friday. So looking for potential further sell-off, as many times we will see that they can have 3 days of selling after earnings. So this one had 1 day down earnings, but then it closed up a little bit, almost right where it opened. So this one could potentially go up and test the level one, if it were to break 52.53 up to 53.69. If it does break down 51.59, I would say look for further support potentially down here at a low of 51.24 and then down on to 50.85. So we'll put our support over here, 51.59 and 52.53 for resistance. The next potential short for Nucor. So Nucor had earnings, big red day down. So looking for support down here, 56.31, and potential resistance right here, 56.50. Excuse me, 56.60. So I said 56.31 for support and 56.64 resistance. Now, everybody has been saying all over the internet, ZYNE, 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 it's amazing, it's doing so well. Yes, however, in my opinion, when you look at it on a daily chart, this is looking quite parabolic, right? It went from $8 up to $11.81. So almost a 50% move in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. And then it couldn't hold above 11, right? So it had a big major upthrust candle. Looks like it could be potential selling. So I have this on the short list because I think potentially the momentum might be stalling out on it. So we'll put that 11.15 resistance level and put 10.71 for support if it were to break below that. I think that many short sellers might be watching this and thinking, hey, this has gone parabolic. This might be a massive, I did have it, you can see right here, as a breakout from a prior level, right at 660 on one of my daily watch lists. All right, so next one on the potential short list is SIMO, Silicon Motion Technology Corp. So you can see on the daily, we have a downward motion here. It broke down through the averages, and we have earnings coming up. So we had that big red day on Friday as the market was having a nice upward thrust at the end of the day, and this one was going down. So looking for support of 36.80 and resistance of 37.47. I still have UNH on the potential swing list, and a new one that I'm just in the process of researching, BLOZF. I'm in the process of researching this company. This is a cannabis technology company that deals with vaporizers, breathalyzer tests for cannabis. So you can see back in November when the cannabis sector was doing really, really well, broke out, and then it's pulled back some. So doing a bit more research about this, but it definitely, I know that in Canada, this is something that they are looking for the police, I believe also in Colorado as well. And so this is one that I'm looking into potentially long term. It does look like it's in a downward motion right at the moment. So I would look potentially for it to find a bottom and bounce prior to investing longer term, as it's below all the averages at the moment. And let's just go ahead and look at the short float volume. So I do go to volumebot.com to get the short float volume. And we'll look it up for Viat. Really, I look at that for the longs to see which one has the potential to squeeze. Look at that. Viat has 75.53% short float volume from Friday. So that one, let's see, what was the volume there? The volume there was 525,000. So looking for 25% of that on Monday. If more than 25% of this has been traded prior to open, there's a good chance it could squeeze. If less than 25% has traded and it does gap up, it will likely squeeze upward. And we will look at the floats as well if you guys want. Right. Lending Tree was the next one. So Lending Tree had a lower short percentage volume, 45.56. And then after that, we have Toka. All right, Toka was 53.62%. And I really like the short volume from the day prior to know if there's a chance that it's going to squeeze or not that upcoming morning. Next potential, long, sways, and look at that, 72.89%. And then the last one, Amazon. Hi, Shirley. All right, so Amazon short percentage on Friday was 44.03. All right, so that is it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put the floats in later, and I will post that on Instagram and Twitter with my chart. But that is going to be my watch list for the week. If you guys like my content, please like and subscribe. Definitely go check out the GoFundMe page for the flood victims of the West Island, Montreal 2019. Please share it. The more people that know about it, and if you guys can donate just even $1, if everybody donates $1, we can help these people as they are literally losing their houses. All right, guys, have a great week ahead. Carpe profit and trade with proper risk management.